Welcome back to the realm of painting minis. My name's Kyle, and this is the 8 Paints. So Valentine's Day was this week. It's a romantic holiday. People criticize it for being too corporate. You know, we're just trying to sell cards here. Valentine's Day cards, push candy on everybody. But I don't know anything about that because I just paint miniatures. But it got me thinking, what's the most romantic greater demon that you could put on the tabletop? That's right. Today we're going to be painting the greater demon of Slaanesh, the keeper of secrets. Slaanesh is one of the most out-of-pocket chaos gods in the Warhammer universe. Just like people wrongfully accuse Valentine's Day for being too corporate, people usually wrongfully accuse Slaanesh players as being sick, twisted, sicko deviants. I get where everyone is coming from, but Slaanesh is the god of excess, and aren't we all trying to get a little extra every now and then? Keeper of Secrets do be looking kind of cute though. They come up onto the battlefield with the intent of making your dreams and nightmares come true. They want you to devote your every sensation to Slaanesh. Yeah, that's pretty sicko deviant behavior to me. I'm just kidding. Let's get started painting. I'll admit I have some missing footage because my external hard drive broke. It was discouraging. I kind of let it derail my motivation making this content. However, I still have a good portion left, so I decided to make this video. I'm going to go over the missing steps right now with some images. Let's get started. Alright, here's a picture of the final product. To start with the skin, just base coat all the skin areas with demonette hide. I'm not sure if they still make this color, but it's basically a desaturated lighter purple. It doesn't need to be too dark, and you really don't need to do a shade for this skin tone. Next, add Tequila Lilac, forgive my pronunciation, to give it that mid-tone. For the brightest bright, we're going to do that same color, but add a little white or Rakarth flesh. It basically goes from purple to gray. It's how most Slaanesh skin seems to be like. This model has a nice amount of curves, so getting the volumes is really easy and kind of enjoyable to do. Alright, for the shirt or blouse, whatever this garment is, I don't know, this fit goes hard. I kind of want one. Screamer Pink is a good base coat for this. Be careful not to paint the skin. You just did a lot of hard work. Don't ruin it. It looks like I shaded this with Caribou Crimson, but it probably doesn't need to be shaded at all, to be honest. You can either do the edges with Emperor's Children, or you can do Pink Horror. Alright, look at these cool tights. Time to do a dark purple, base coat it with that. We'll leave those for the shadows, but then use Zurius Purple to be our mid-tone. When we get a little bit brighter, use the Gene Stealer Purple. Then do a little dab of white or light pink purple for your brightest bright. Time for the found footage. Base coat all the robes with Screamer Pink or Corn Red. I was experimenting with some wet blending or other blending techniques. Basically, I went from a darker color to a brighter color. Mephiston Red was my brighter color. For the back color, I did a certain blue, but I ended up shading this, and it pretty much all came out to be the same looking color. I would recommend just sticking with the Screamer Pink or Corn Red for the back robe, unless you want to get fancy like me. This kind of looks like Gushers though. There's me making that mistake, shading it. Hated it as I was doing it too. Oh well. Alright, put Emperor's Children all over her hair. Put Caribou Crimson after that, and then edge highlight with Emperor's Children and some white. Oh, and this is awkward. We already talked about the tights. But here's me doing some of that Zurius Purple action though. Look at that. A good bone recipe for horns is the Morghast Bone, Agrax Earthshade, and then Screaming Skull. For the weapons, I did either Leadbelcher or Ironbreaker. I really like Ironbreaker because we're going to put contrast paint over this. For the contrast, we're using Tarragon Turquoise. water it down or use the medium to make it not as strong or potent. And then just play with the brush to get everything inside the recesses to the desired effect that you'd like. Obviously, you don't want anything pulled up in a certain spot or it's going to look unappealing. Don't forget the tips of the horns. There we are doing the Agrax Earthshade. And you can see some of the blue did show up from my wet blending. But you can see it goes from Screamer Pink, and then we're doing the Emperor's Children as a highlight for the robes. For the little beads or the ropes around the person, we're doing Sotek Green. And for the highlight, we're going to do Cyberite Green on it. This step you can skip, but I did a little bit of Leadbelcher on the flat part of the sword to give the wristbands a little more volume. I didn't know what to do, so I added a little bit of the Night Purple. And then we'll do a little bit of Screamer Pink. And to make the claws pop a little more, they are base coated with black, maybe a little bit of purple, but you can edge light it with a Xerius Purple and then the Daikala Lilac towards the tips. Sorry if this video seemed a little fragmented. I just had a lot of clips on my phone and I needed to free up the storage. Hopefully this video was helpful in some way. I do plan on making a step-by-step tutorial soon, so if you have any minis, specifically Chaos, you'd like to see me paint, leave it down in the comments. Give me a subscribe, and you know what, I'll see you in the next 8 Paints video.